rocpodcasts.com.
Word. Power to the podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's so awful. You're going to love it.
Well, here they come again. They heard that things were happening. With mics in front of faces, their lips begin to flapping. They talk about world and local news reports, and even Steph Michaels, cause she's a doggy whore. Corey says, man, it's a goddamn joke. Corruption is abundant and the POTUS is a hoax. Stacy says,
Man, I'd like to act, but Americans are lazier than most, that's fact.
so go get a bowl, a spoon, and some cereal, and sit your ass down. It's time for AirWreck Radio.
It is the 12th day of November in the year 2013. I'm Corey.
And I'm Stacy.
And for the 27th time consecutively, this is AirWreck Radio.
I like that. Consecutive, like.
Consecutive like.
Man, like a record consecutive.
Yes, there you go. Does it even count as consecutive? Because there's been like re-records and double records.
Yeah, this is actually probably for like the 30th time.
We've actually, tried to do a show.
But only 28 for our dear listeners.
I thought this was 27.
Whatever you said.
I'm pretty sure it's 27.
I think you're right, because last week it was like 6 months and it was not a big deal.
Commemorative 26.
We're not in high school.
Then,
I thought it was a big deal, but whatever.
That was my line, wasn't it? Shit, I'm an asshole. Wow, what a dick I am.
Dirt.
We are broadcasting or recording, actually, from the AirWreck Radio. Oh, no, the Hideaway Brewery Studios.
Yeah.
I screwed it all up because I was all on the next plug already. Hideaway Brewery. Fake radio doing fake reads for real beer. No comments about the beer tonight?
It's actually the beer I make. Beer, so, tonight episode is actually brought to you by I did it too. Hideaway Brewery.
It's hard not to do when you're right. In a rhythm of doing it. What do we have to tell the dear Wreckheads about? Tell your friends to like us on Facebook and Twitter. If you don't do it, we're coming to your houses with baseball bats.
Better than that, tell them to listen to our show.
That would be even better. Yeah. So that, you know what? We can tell them to like us on Facebook.
Yeah. Like us on Facebook, new listeners. And then come back and listen for more.
And more and more and more. And the Ancient Audio Contest. We got to remind our awesome listeners about that. So far, we have a winner. No, we have not had any winners.
Man.
So we need to get some more people out there digging, looking for the lost episodes of AirWreck Radio.
If I play you the audio from those episodes, do I get the $20?
No.
That's bullshit.
No.
This is, I'm calling a fix.
Yeah, this is fixed.
I'm calling a fix.
No matter what happens, you are not going to win. This is absolutely fixed.
Did you just get a...
Something happened on Facebook, apparently. Oh, it was your wife.
Oh. What'd she say?
No, I changed my personal profile picture because it's been vote for AirWreck Radio for Best of Rochester 2013 for months now. And I finally changed it tonight, and it was a picture she took of me at the Bills game that we went to. And enjoyed ourselves so immensely.
You have your what the fuck is in my hand face on in that picture.
Well, I'm looking at my phone.
Oh. That's an iPhone, Corey.
Yeah. And in the other hand's a cigar and a beer.
Yeah.
So, it was a good picture of me. I don't know.
I agree.
The hell is this? What's going on here? No, fucking pissed
sorry.
off, man.
You had to be there, and I was there.
Yeah, I guess fair enough.
Yeah.
You have anything interesting that have happened to you in the recent past here, pal?
Got a flat tire? That's
that's fun.
Interesting.
When the fuck
it just
that happened?
sucks. I don't know. It just fucking happened.
When? Where? How?
Oh, the other day at work.
Give me the detail. At work?
Oh my gosh!
I remember seeing you filling up your tire.
It was so dramatic, Corey. It was a cold November day. The sky was gray, and it was raining.
Dark, sullen clouds.
And the boss
all over the land.
Pulled a car up next to my car, and then he came into my bay, and he looked at me, and he said, "Stace, you have a flat tire." And I said, "No!" But alas, I did have a flat tire. So I put some air in that bitch, drove that bitch home, and then this morning, again, I had a flat tire. It's true. The flat tire did not repair itself overnight. I even put it under my pillow. It was a very uncomfortable night's sleep, but the flat tire fairy did not come and fix that shit or give me money for new tires.
Better than being stung by a bee.
It is better than being stung by a bee. Fuck bees and their stupid knife assholes. So no,
I don't want to fuck a bee in his knife asshole. That would hurt.
To answer your question, nothing of terrible import happened to me. My GTA character was deleted, which is sad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
Yeah, it's sad, but whatever. It's like prestiging, only without any benefit.
Didn't you just get the stimulus?
Yeah, so, you know.
For that exact glitch?
And here's the way I've decided to put this tragedy
stimulus?
in perspective. It happened in a pretend world. So I'm good. And now it's like I'm boss level, but I'm like level 5, you know? So people come and try to fucking, you know, they come at me trying to hate, and I'm like, nuh-uh, bitches, I'm actually level 35.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing up in this motherfucking noobs.
Yep. So no, nothing terrifically interesting going on for me.
I felt that way playing Grand Theft Auto yesterday, or the day before, whatever. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you got your noob ass kicked.
No, I don't remember the cops. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but I was giving a hard time in my fake world too. I was like sitting on my kind of going, really?
Yeah.
Here too?
Yeah. Not my car. Yeah, when your car gets repoed, that shit sucks.
I remember that's exactly what it was. My car wasn't repoed. I stole a car, and I wanted to.
You can't drive all the way there in a stolen car, Corey. They noticed that stolen shit.
And after I shook the cops, I wanted to get the goddamn thing painted, and it was too expensive of a car. I stole too nice of a car. They wouldn't customize it.
Yeah, no, you got to buy the luxury vehicles. You can't
Yeah.
steal them. I mean, you can steal them, but you can't keep them.
Yeah, no, sure
Even in your
can't.
garage.
No, sure can't. They will track your ass down. Well, that's what I learned about Grand Theft Auto, is that niggas be hating there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
had a more eventful week.
I had a more
Weekend,
eventful
anyway.
week. I went to open mic night like usual.
Where at?
The Great Joke Factory, 911 Brooks Avenue.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What did they do now? Did they restart
Yeah, you started all over.
this the open mic contest thing?
Yes, it's an open mic contest. The winner of the open mic night, which is chosen between judges and or audience applause.
Yeah.
And the winner of that gets a $50 gift card. I think last week they got $50 cash.
Ooh, cashish.
Well, cash.
So what you're telling me is the bar didn't have time to stop and get ale.
I'm thinking this is what happened.
Yeah.
And then, after X amount of weeks, I don't remember what it is, we can ask Mr. Vinny Paulino when he comes in next time exactly how many weeks it is. But after X amount of weeks, they pull all the winners back to do a shotgun showdown between the finalists.
Yeah.
And they each get 6 minutes over 2 nights or whatever, 2 weeks.
But right now it's new people every week.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some familiar faces that just do it every week, no matter what.
Well,
But
thank God.
there's some new. I mean, there's some new faces I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing it. So that's pretty cool. And then at the end of it, we got a little special feature by Johnny O.
Oh yeah.
Who's a professional stand-up comedian who's Otto and George's opening act.
Yeah.
And he got drunk and wanted to do some open mic night.
I imagine this is because he was in town for the Otto and George show.
Exactly, which is how I knew Otto and George was in town, so I could beg Vinny, and he hooked me up nice, reserved me a table, nice.
That's very nice of him.
Yeah, it was it was the digs. It was the full 9 yards.
Yeah, you even had that guy singing that song from The Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That must have been very distracting during a comedy show.
3 acts, an opener, an MC. The mid-act, which was Otto's opener, and Otto and George. The room was a little cold. They were a little fucking asswipey about it.
Really?
Yeah.
For Otto and George?
I don't think that a lot of people went out there really understanding what they were going to go watch.
See, because I listened to the break room this week,
and you probably had a pretty good idea of what you would have seen.
Maranimal was all about how you
I was laughing my tits off. I was dying. I couldn't breathe. I was red-faced.
They said... Billy said that they're the dirtiest show you're ever going to see.
Ever.
Tommy said you're going to need to go home and read a Bible just to be straight again.
It's that's why I think the room was a little cold. I think a lot of people were not expecting the comedy show that they got.
So they overshocked the room, maybe? I
think they're expecting Johnny O's level. He said some offensive things, a little dirty, a little provocative, but
Yeah.
George says the word cunt more times than you can count at all.
And that's how he says hello.
Every other word out of George's mouth. Otto's a really nice guy. That George is a real prick.
Now, is this...
What a great cover.
Are they a puppet show?
Yeah, it's a ventriloquist.
But he doesn't, try to be...
No, he's a horrible ventriloquist.
Yeah, he's just completely moving his mouth, right?
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah,
he's a
that's
horrible
funny.
ventriloquist.
That's a funny thing to do.
But what a cover he's got. George is a prick and Otto's a nice guy.
Which one's the puppet?
George.
Okay.
Otto's the real guy.
Okay.
And they had a city joke, and I'm sure that they used that joke in every city they go to.
Yeah.
And in Rochester, it got a round of applause, and I'm sure in every city they go to, it gets a round of applause. He looked at it. George said that the city was a dump, and Otto said that it's a nice city. And George replies, yeah, it'll be a nice city if they ever finish it.
That probably goes over everywhere.
And I was the one thing he said that I didn't applaud at. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Past that, I was dying.
You're like, that's not even a dirty joke. I came here to hear smut, and you're giving me this local hokey pokey shit.
I don't want to give too much of it away, but that's I've already probably given away too much. But every time George does a clean joke, it bombs. It's part of the show.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away any more details about the show other than people need to go see it. Genius.
Well, the trouble with comedy shows is that they're only here for a very, very limited time, and
but
who knows when he'll be back.
He will be back around eventually. I'm sure.
So, Corey, 2 thumbs up. You would give the Otto and George show.
Oh yeah, and Johnny O.
Yeah, Johnny
O'Rourke. I can't remember. I think it was Louie. I think was the opener, the MC.
Yeah,
he was funny. He was funny. I don't know that he's not quite opener material. I mean, headliner material, but he's funny.
Yeah.
Open that for me.
Okay.
Thank you. What else did I do? I had something else
trying to
too.
use the paint thing?
Yeah, a lot of times I can get it, but I couldn't get it right now. Your caps are put on particularly tightly. Ooh. What else? I did something else that's interesting, and I don't remember what it was.
I couldn't have been that interesting then. I'm sorry.
We talked about it that I was going to say. Well,
oh man, that's what we get for talking before we make a podcast.
Yeah,
run out of conversation.
Oh, we could talk about my movie selection last night. Oh, I watched the
that's right. Yeah,
Pictures Presents.
Yeah.
As the Wreckheads know, me and Stacey are big podcast people. We're listeners.
Well, we're listeners anyway. We're not really big podcast.
We're actually shitty podcast people. We're big podcast listeners.
Yeah.
But Kevin Smith, host of Smodco, has a project.
He has a project called the Smodco Productions, right?
Yeah, Smodco Pictures Presents.
That's right.
Is what it's called. Codenamed the Kevin Smith Movie Club.
That's right. Okay,
because that is a much better branding, apparently.
So he produces movies.
No.
Or he foots in the door movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Is he these indie movies that are being showed at indie film festivals,
like Clerks.
Exactly. He puts his name on there, gives them some context, gets the foot in the door towards the next film, and if he finds something he really has faith in.
Yeah. So
well, on the last episode of Smodcast, he interviewed the director of a movie called Alter Ego.
I listened to this podcast, and
Alter
I thought
Ego.
this movie sounded pretty darn interesting.
It was a great concept. I mean, and that's exactly what Kevin couldn't get over. It's like, I wish I had thought of that.
The concept
Damn
was,
it.
if I may, that superheroes are widely accepted and...
Are losing stature in the community.
Okay. You saw the movie. Why don't you tell me what the premise was? Because I only heard it in the podcast.
Well, you can keep going. I just wanted to throw that
They
little bit in
basically sit in a coffee shop. Two superheroes and like chit chatter is what I picked up.
There's only one scene in the coffee shop, really.
Oh, really?
But it's a really pivotal scene.
They
in
made
that
it
coffee
sound
shop.
like that's what the movie was about.
It really only takes place in one location, which is a hotel in the middle of nowhere
Okay.
with a coffee shop right down the road,
Okay.
a diner, whatever. They go for breakfast, and you learn. I mean, it's an hour and 15 minutes long, 17 minutes long. It's not a horribly long feature
Yeah.
for being a feature. And you got to know what you're getting into. If you like indie films, if you like a little quirky indie films, this film is like right up your alley.
Yeah.
If you're not in,
This isn't X-Men.
Yeah. If you want production value, this is not your film.
Honestly, I gotta say, you're probably gonna get a more original story this way.
Story was great.
Because Hollywood's just pretty much making the same stories over and over and over again.
It had some familiar looking faces, but none of which I could really name.
Yeah.
They're all actors that you've seen before.
Talking to me, it wouldn't matter if you could name them because
The only one that I could recognize was Hyde from that 70s show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Was he a hero?
No.
Oh, was he a villain?
Yes.
Like a super villain or like a dick?
Like a semi-super villain.
Oh.
Ish.
Okay.
Hard to explain.
Where did you watch the movie?
Netflix.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They pushed it out for free. Here you go. Give it. And now I'm probably going to go back and buy it on iTunes because I watched it. I liked it. I'm going to get my money.
Yeah.
It's an indie film.
What's that cost on iTunes?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I
I'll look it up
also
during break
don't
or
know.
whatever if I remember. But it's available a couple other places. Basically, the premise is superhero set up by superhero squad. Superhero now has to run away with new love interest.
Huh.
Who turns out to have secrets of her own.
Set up like accused of like made to look bad
Yes.
by a rival superhero group,
No. By his...
or like he's being kicked out of the band.
He is being set up as a patsy because there are no supervillains left. The superheroes were too damn good.
Oh, so they need
They need to make a
trying to make him a
supervillain.
villain.
They
That's
need a
fun. That's a
supervillain
fun idea.
to keep them needed and keep their government funding up.
How does it end? Don't tell me that.
They all lived happily ever after.
Explosions. Michael Bay
The
directed
end. The end.
it. Oh, right.
I highly recommend. Highly
Excellent.
recommend for anybody who likes superheroes and or likes indie films. I hear he made it for $200,000,
That's a lot of money to me.
which is literally what it costs to pay the actors and rent the boat.
Yeah. That's like nothing for a movie.
No.
Nothing.
Well, that's all I have for Alter Egos other than go watch it. Pretty good flick.
All right.
I mean, for an hour and 15 minutes, what'd I lose? I mean, I was behind a podcast in my schedule. For an hour and 15 minutes, I didn't lose any time of my life, even if it did stink.
It's one of those things that I would like to watch. I don't know if I ever will. We
heard
started watching Once Upon a Time. Have you ever watched this shit?
no.
Because we were looking for a new TV show, right? We tried Supernatural, and that shit was butt. That did not do it for me.
Oh, you see, you started out kind of enthusiastic about it.
It was just such...
Didn't you paint a picture on the show about the opening scene or something?
Yeah, the opening scene was, like, haunting. But, like, then there was so much bad writing and just clumsy plot development. And I require a little higher level, I think. I call it higher. Maybe it's not higher. Maybe I'm a snob. But I just like a better developed story than what that show offers. So I started watching Once Upon a Time, and anybody who's watched both of those shows and likes the other show better than this show is probably having a heart attack over what I just said right now.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I can't believe he just said that.
Like,
Screaming at their speakers.
how could I say that about Supernatural and not feel the same way about Once Upon a Time?
You guys bunch
Because
morons.
Once Upon a Time has the same kind of writing issues, but it's about fairy tale characters. So, like, I'm good. I'm enchanted now. I'm good.
I am enchanted.
I'm just enchanted. Yeah, I'm disenchanted because it's very disarming when it's fairy tales. You're like, oh, whatever. The story can be weak. Rumpelstiltskin is a fucking badass in this shit.
It's all about the pretty pictures.
It's a cool show. I enjoy it much.
You enjoy it much. That's your vote.
Yeah.
That's your A++.
Yeah. Gonna give it 2 thumbs up if that's a thing.
Up your butthole.
What are the kids saying these days?
That shit was
That sound effect made me throw up a little bit in my mouth.
That shit was mad fat, yo.
It was dope.
Is that what the kids say?
I don't know. I don't know.
That shit was cool, daddy-o.
Who cares? And that reminds me of a wonderful drinking game I'd like to give to all of our listeners who are also Second Prince podcast listeners.
I like games.
I listen to Second Prince pretty regularly, and I really enjoy their show very much.
Second Prince podcast.
No, they don't have the song anymore.
I don't
That
care. I'm
makes me
singing
sad.
it anyways.
I know.
Fuck
I love
'em.
their song, but they don't use it anymore. But that's beside the point. I have a drinking game that you can play as you listen along to Second Prince podcast, a comic book about pop culture, comic books, and other general bullshit. What
bullshit?
Whenever they say, "Who cares?"
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Drink.
Would you have to do a shot? Is that what the rule?
Whatever you want to drink.
Because you're
Drink
trying
a
to
beer,
kill people.
drink a shot. Whenever either one of them says, "Who cares?"
And then I will take a shot and I will say the same thing I say every time they say it to my speakers. I do. I'm listening to you.
It's a great method they have for making a segue.
But who cares? Next book. I'm going to take you up on this offer, but I warn you, I do listen to them at work.
Yeah, I know. That's the trouble. They're one of my daytime podcasts, too.
I would have...
Whatever. People are going to be like, why are you guys drinking so much tomato juice? Like, shut up. You don't know me.
I'll park cars around here.
Yeah.
I can't...
I'm the sheriff for this here lot.
I can't do it right now, Daddy. I can't do it.
All right, that's all I got for this break. That's it.
No, you don't want to pick on Second Prince anymore?
No, I think I'm actually going to play that game because it sometimes is my Saturday afternoon, and by afternoon I mean 10 a.m. But you got to understand, I'm up at 5.
Immediately after education.
It sometimes is my Saturday morning cartoons, and I've been known to crack a beer on a Saturday morning.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Coffee's gone. I'm not making more.
I don't usually crack beers really on Saturday, but Sunday is a 10 o'clock kind of morning kind of day for me.
Man, sometimes I'm right there.
Oh, it's football day, so I kind of get early.
I didn't watch football this week.
Oh,
did
wow,
you?
Good for you.
Yeah, I just
almost missed this. No, that's how much I want to talk about it.
Okay. Moving right along.
Most disappointing football game, Buffalo Bills game I have watched in years.
That might be saying something.
Years. I was so happy the Great Black Hope was on the field again. Nope. Nothing. I mean, it's not really his fault. It's not really his fault. He hasn't had any time to play with the team. He started late. He missed practice. He missed training camp. He started late. Then he got injured. He was out for a month injured. That's 4 weeks out of 16 is a big number.
Their team luck is such a shit show this year that you can't be upset about it. They made a bunch of big changes, and it's a transition year, and they're having shit luck.
Yeah, they just can't get it to meld.
And
our star receiver doesn't work very well with our star quarterback. It just doesn't.
It might fit. That was interesting. I totally heard that through the wire. Wow. I'm not disappointed by the Bills season, but I am done wasting time watching it this year.
Not a waste of time, it's football.
I know, but I have Grand Theft Auto to play.
I may have dozed off in the fourth quarter.
Oh, see?
I'd been drinking since 10 a.m.
Yeah,
It was-
water.
it was-
Sally.
It was 3:30 and we were losing.
Yeah, that's a tough time to be an alcoholic Bills fan. 3:30 on Sunday afternoon is real hard.
that can be potentially tough. And luckily I don't have any friggin' liquor around because that could turn violent. What are you doing? Why are you throwing on 3rd and 12? I don't get it.
I drank martinis on Sunday.
What a dumb idea.
It was a dumb idea.
What a moron. I mean, you might like the taste of a martini. I couldn't. I mean, you would have to kill me to shove a martini down my throat.
I might make one on this break. I was thinking about it.
But make one, dude.
Yeah,
Make
no,
one
for
and
sure.
walk
I'm just going to
away.
make one, I promise.
You get a mighty bad hangover from gin and olive juice.
AirWreck Radio listeners, I'd like to inform you that if by the end of this show I'm a wreck, I didn't just make one.
I'm telling you right now, by the end of the show, you're a wreck. It was a successful show. One more in the bag, baby. All right.
We're stealing taglines.
See? You're the one who brought them up earlier.
Well, that's because I had a great idea.
I just stole from them. You think we could steal their old intro? AirWreck
throw it on.
Radio podcast.
We'll just no. No, we're not doing that.
Just dubbing AirWreck Radio over second.
We could do that actually. I could do that right now.
We're doing it from now on. It's our new intro.
Speaking of intros and outros.
Oh yeah, nice segue into the out.
Yeah, you like that?
I do, except for it's your out and you're occupying yourself.
Oh, piss off. Hey, fucking
Fuck
welcome to
you,
AirWreck
you
Radio.
fucking-
This is the first break of the show. We've edited because I got a little drunk. No, that didn't happen.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Remind the people about the $20 cash we want to give them.
That's right. If you listeners
Cash-like.
out there can track down audio from one of our first 3 episodes, it is out there on the internet, but we are not going to tell you because it's secret. If you can track down any of that audio and send it to us, or even just, I guess, tell us where you found it.
I would even accept a screen cap,
Because not everybody a picture message or something. Because not everybody knows how to record audio.
pull
off there.
audio. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Find that audio. Send us proof that you found that audio. First person that finds that audio,
$20,
$20 cash.
cash
Card. Yeah.
thing.
Hey,
Something similar.
you don't need a $20 gift card to give to your Aunt Peggy on fucking Christmas? I mean, honestly, we're saving you some Christmas shopping.
Yeah,
You
that's
give
a
that
good
to somebody
point.
you don't like.
That's a good point. I was being selfish. Like, what can I buy with $20? Oh, fuck there. Here
Yeah.
you go, Aunt Peggy.
It's the holiday season, man. You got to be thinking about others. And AirWreck Radio is thinking about others because we're thinking about you listening to others being us and finding that old ass audio so that we know that you care about the money that we want to give you.
Cash-like.
It's money. It's,
Cash.
it's cash like money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
Nope.
My eyes open up from a long sleep, gaze out on a new life full of possibilities. I told you once before, my love, that I would find the answer to the questions that I had.
scum. It is I, Dr. P, commander of the Lost Cosmonauts podcast. Listen up. I'm using my superior intellect to hack the planet and tell you about a brand new conglomerate of podcasters from the Rochester, New York area. RockPodcast.com. That's right, RockPodcast.com. They have a huge assortment of free podcasts on the local sauce. You like comedy? They've got that. You like sports talk? They fucking got that shit too. You like family-friendly, safe for your grandma and grandpa howdy-doody type shows? Oh, they got a whole lot of that. They also keep our shit on file. So go on over to rockpodcast.com, subscribe, listen, become a better person. Watchtower out.
There's colors on the street, red, white, and blue.
Let's tell some news. It's time for headline news.
Headline news.
So last week was election week, and there was a couple of highlights on the docket.
Well, let's get into it then.
Just a couple of propositions that I really liked were the judges and the casinos. The judges, as a reminder, was they wanted to raise the mandatory retirement age from 70 to 80. That they declined that,
There was a no.
and the heavens rejoiced. Why couldn't we just write in? Could we actually go the other way with this?
60.
60 sounds good.
62. 65. What's retirement age? 65, right?
I like
Yeah.
60 for judges.
Like, oh, good. If you can still build a car, you can still. I'm alright with that. 60.
You know what? I'll tell you.
Make it universal.
If you could sell it at 65, I'd take that and be happy. But
That make it universal.
Yeah,
People retire at
sure.
65, so do you, pal.
yeah, because you're no longer my peer.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. That is a good
But,
point.
I mean, juries are peers, judges are judges.
But-
Is the counter argument, I think. But still, 80 goddamn years old.
it's a representative government, and people that are 4 generations older than you don't represent you.
Mm-mm.
They can't accurately understand what it is like to be you.
80 years old. What happened 80 years ago, do you think? Let's see. It's like math time.
We're still recovering from World War One. Gearing up for World War Two.
It's the Roaring 30s. No, it's the Great Depression.
Yeah, so we're still recovering from World War One, gearing up for World War Two.
So a person born by this 80-year-old age limit that they wanted to have, a person born during the Great Depression could still be a judge today. That's insane. And the majority of New Yorkers at least agree with me so far as to say that it is not reasonable.
Unreasonable?
Voted no.
That's a no.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck you. Get
Big-
off the bench, you crotchety old man.
Big fat no for there. Yeah, let somebody young do it, man. There are a lot of young people out there who are like dying for good judge jobs. You know, get off the bench, man. Judge isn't a life appointmentship. I just don't think it should be.
And you know what? For the most part, there's some inference there, but a lot of it's letter of the law type shit. So, like you could say, experience of age. That's great. Maybe you could go into like some kind of mentorship role.
Yeah.
Where you talk to judges and, mentor them on the way. But pretty much the law is what the law is.
Or maybe you go to Cancun or Florida, somewhere nice and warm. Just move along, man. At least keep a residence here though, so you can continue to pay taxes. Also, big on the ballot was casinos. There was a vote for casinos in New York, and that one passed by a landslide.
Yeah, buddy.
57% to 43% yes.
Yes, sir. Income, taxes, jobs, revenue, tourism.
Tourists. That's, you know what a tourist means to your city? It means
Fresh cash.
somebody who brings money in that you weren't going to have otherwise. Like
It wasn't already in our circulation.
they don't own houses here. They just come here and spend money, and that's good
Finally
stuff.
a reason for the Canadians to come here.
If only they hadn't had the fast ferry 10 years too early, 15 years too. Great idea. Way too early.
Yes. And I know you didn't want one in your backyard, but I can't wait till I can walk into one.
I don't
It's gonna
mind
be
one.
fun for the first
Like, I
time.
definitely don't want one in place of the cornfield.
I literally, if it was literally your backyard, I'd be like, well, okay.
Like, I like my silo, actually.
Yes. But around the corner, I'm like, and I'm not much of one for gambling, but I am looking forward to walking into one of these new money-generating casinos. And
I'd
throwing
like
a
to
little
have the
cash-
option to go to a casino hotel.
Throw a little cash across the table. Not a lot, a little cash.
Yeah.
That's why it's called, economy boosting.
Yeah.
I am thrilled with the results of this proposition.
Yeah.
Proposition 1.
I'm glad that it wasn't even close, too. That pleases me.
Everyone was
like-
like, duh.
57 to 43 that's a major difference. in
They
this
went and looked at
country.
Nevada's books.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these numbers.
Even if you don't like the money, you can't be free if you can't make choices. And this is a choice. If I want to spend my money at a card game, why shouldn't that be something where taxes are collected? Why shouldn't it be?
That's its industry. I mean, that's part of the market. You pay
I could sit down right here. You and me and 4 other people could sit down and play blackjack right now, and we could bet all day long. And as long as
pay $1 to Uncle Sam or generate any jobs,
right?
But we can pay. We get taxed on our winnings because you have to claim it on your income, right?
Yeah.
Plus, the guy dealing the cards is making an income, paying a tax every week. Plus, on top of your regular business taxes, your land taxes, because these casinos and hotels are huge.
Yeah.
There's friggin' a lot of tax money generated by these casinos.
I'd be willing to bet that casino jobs are not awful jobs, too.
I want to get a part-time job. I'm looking for a part-time job. If anybody's hiring, I'm looking for a part-time job. 20 hours a week, nights a weekend.
I'm telling you, go deliver pizza. It's great.
I gotta get a right car for it. I don't have a right car for it.
You do gotta do that.
I'm gonna sell my car and buy that Honda.
I'm telling you, you want a Cavalier or a Neon. Buy American, man. That's the best crap on the road. Well, it's the crap on the road anyway.
Because I can get a good deal on the $9,000 Honda.
Oh, well, all right. So that's the what happened awesome on the propositions.
Yeah, anything else you got for propositions?
The rest of them were all pretty like...
What about...
the one that I was unhappy with was there was a vote that would... since 1966, they've been...
Sewage vote?
Yeah, the sewage thing. They've been...
I'm going to ask, what about the sewage thing?
They've been, like, just raising the debt limit that a state can have.
Just like the federal government does.
They ignore sewage costs when they consider their budget, and that seems like retarded to me because I'm pretty sure I have to I need to keep track of my water bill.
Like when you budget your house, you factor in toilet paper, right?
Yeah, I can't just like pretend up some funds for sewage here.
For toilet paper and water, right?
So I voted no for that one, and apparently I was not among my like-minded citizens because they voted yes for it.
Well, they were just like, oh my God. They're just like, what if the toilet stops working?
It won't stop working.
What if we gotta dump in the front yard like animals?
It wouldn't happen. They would fix it, and they would learn there's some social...
You're smart enough to know that, but I'm telling you, there were some people, that's exactly people were like, sewage means pooping!
Well, I mean...
Pooping good!
There are adults, a lot of adults, I think, that just don't understand how money works.
That's for damn sure.
Because that's the only way I can explain to myself how people would vote for this, ignoring the facts of cost.
You ever hear a government entity say the facts of cost of something, and you didn't understand the math, and for the first second you didn't understand it, you said, "Well, it's too complicated for me to understand." And then you really thought about it, and went, "No, it just doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
It happens.
There's nothing complicated about what's going on here. It's just a lot of money that they pretend isn't coming out of the budget.
But if your second thought is, wait, this doesn't make sense. How many people do you think just stopped at the first thought? Oh, it's too complicated for me to understand.
Apparently the majority of voters.
That's what happens. They just say, pooping good. You guys we elect people that are smarter than us to take care of this kind of thing. There you go.
Whatever. The wheel keeps on spinning, man.
It'll be up for, a debate again, I'm sure, next time the debt ceiling needs to be raised.
Yep.
And it's an election year. Those two things have to coincide.
It's always an election year.
Not for...
Come on now. They're already talking about presidential candidates, and Hillary Clinton's bound to be the Democrat.
But our propositions are going to go up on the presidential elections.
No, but it's still always an election year.
Every
2 years for a lot of the locals.
Yeah, but since campaigning is so fucking long.
Exactly.
They spend a year on each side of their term campaigning.
Now what you would call that is earning their money, running the government into the ground.
No. That's stealing a paycheck is what you call it. When you pay somebody to do a job, see, I don't think you get it, Stace. I'll help you. When you pay somebody to do a job, And then what they do is just like walk around doing other things. That's not the job. What they're doing is stealing your money.
No, that's doing the job, right? It's all PR. They don't actually have to run the government. They just have to look like they do. And then like Hezbollah or somebody runs the actual government.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. They're supposed to be running the government. And then you got bag boys and box guys, running the government while the big guys are walking around. And as we all know about the guy who sweeps up the place and the guy who puts boxes away, if he can find 2 minutes to shove his thumb up his ass and get away on a couple company dollars, he will. Why not? The boss is out with his feathers hanging out in front of the
I've never physically
crowd.
shoved my thumb up my ass.
Well, I haven't. No, it is an expression, sir. I
don't like that expression.
Well, I'm using it twice a day from now on.
Fine.
Just because you don't like it.
Cool beans. I'm playing Christmas music.
I
in
noticed.
your headphones.
I noticed. You made a comment that I'm still wearing my headphones when I walked in here. I was not still wearing my headphones when I walked in here. I put my headphones on when I realized the ambient music. I turned my music on.
I'm going to switch your headphones. Moving along in the headlines. Here's a fun story about a skateboarder. I'm going to read it. It's straight from cnycentral.com.
cnycentral.com.
That's correct.
Would the C in CNY mean central?
Oh, that'd be weird.
So essentially,
Central
does this
New
mean
York Central?
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here.
I have no idea. Oh, it could be. It could be like Central New York because it is a Syracuse story.
And this is Central New York Central, your source for local news.
Oh, God, you're right. It probably is that. That's awful. Syracuse police arrested a man on a skateboard yesterday after he gave them the middle finger while riding down Cannon Street.
Fuck you, pigs!
24-year-old Marquin Hicks was arrested just after noon on Wednesday when police say he rode by a marked police car and stuck up both of his middle fingers at the car. Police...
while he was skateboarding and put both fingers up?
Both.
Wow, this guy's a stunt
and
devil.
he still managed to be standing on a skateboard.
Did he scream, fuck you pigs?
Doesn't say.
Ah, damn, he almost had this much respect.
Police say Higgs violated Section 16-14.1, Article 3 of the City Ordinance Policy by interfering with traffic in the street. The police...
Oh, it's a Trump charge. Get the fuck out of here.
The policy section says
I'll be this guy's lawyer.
The policy section says skateboards must be, quote, operated in a careful and prudent manner and not cause interference with the proper use of any public way, end quote. Hicks is scheduled to appear in city court on Thursday.
It's a trumped-up charge.
Oh, no, it's probably a law that they made specifically to arrest skateboarders for no reason.
Prove that this kid wasn't capable of skateboarding safely with two hands in the air.
Deaf people can drive cars
legally with their light on.
With another deaf person sitting next to them, talking to them. Now, when a deaf person talks to another deaf person, they must be using both of their hands and all four of their eyes while operating a vehicle. But I can't talk on a fucking cell phone, but that's beside the point.
Oh my God, is that a good point?
This guy, arrested for flicking off police officers. Now, there have been cases which specifically guaranteed your right to do that. None of them I have quotable right now.
But you're right, they exist. If you want to know them, look them up yourselves, you lazy fucking bastards.
They are out there. I'd like to read from the comments section.
All right, let's get some troll input.
Bill Robinson of Oswego, New York says, some of you are missing a point here. He's 24, old enough to know better, act without punctuation.
I know, it's hard to read.
Old enough to know better. I keep putting a comma there because it belongs there, but it's not there. Acting like a 15-year-old and skateboarding down the street! Exclamation point.
Skateboarding down the street!
Number 1, act your age. Number 2, get a job. Now, nowhere in this story...
Number 3, Dad, Stop telling me what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Number 2, nothing in this story says this guy doesn't have a job. And
He
as
was
to
going to. I bet you he was on his way to his job.
this guy has a problem with the fact that this guy is 24 and skateboarding. What
You know
the
what?
fuck is wrong with that, man? Tony Hawk still skateboards.
And he's in his 40s. He's also famous for it.
Well, it was an example.
How about this one? Maybe he was on his way to work. I mean, this is all conjecture.
Mhm.
But maybe he was on his way to work, and he has chosen a green, safe form of travel to get there. He emits no emissions. He destroys no property, and he keeps himself remotely pretty safe. Probably statistically safer, life-wise, losing your life-wise, than driving to work. And you're giving this guy a hard time. Go fuck yourself, sir. Mr. What's your name from Oswego?
Bill Robinson.
Fuck yourself, Bill Robinson.
Um,
With your bullshit ass fake troll name.
Another conjecture would be that maybe this guy's a scumbag.
Possible.
Maybe.
Absolutely
Maybe
possible.
he's a dirtbag. He doesn't get a job. He doesn't.
Maybe he was stoned.
Maybe
and high
he's
on-
always flipping off cops, and they just had enough. But you know what? Here's the thing.
Maybe they know he's a
You
meth dealer.
have
they just
the
would've got
right
him on.
to do. Well, maybe they know that, but I think that is counterpoint. I'm saying it doesn't matter if he's a good guy or a bad guy. It doesn't matter. You can do that. It's freedom of expression is a thing you have. You have the right. You specifically have the right to give police officers the finger. It is guaranteed.
Yeah, it's absolutely guaranteed. You have the right to give anybody on the planet the finger.
Just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean it's polite.
Or the
But just
good
because it's
idea.
not polite doesn't mean you don't have the right.
You don't go into work with your fingers up hanging out. You know why?
You
You're gonna
wouldn't
get
work
canned.
very long. Yeah.
You're going to get fired.
And certainly, it's not unreasonable that the police might have been like, hey, man, what's your beef? Or something. I mean, they're police. They can't ask a question like that. They have to be like, stop beefing with us, sir. And then when you don't stop beefing, they're like, we're going to have to arrest you, sir.
Well, there are those varying degrees of possibilities. Like I said, he might be a meth dealer, and this is what they got him on because they can't ever catch him on anything real. Well, unfortunately, sir, this is America, and if you want him to put him in jail, he's got to do something wrong, and you have to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand of that, this might be a prick cop who just doesn't like this kid's cut of this kid's jib.
See, I don't think this is a prick cop. I think this is probably a pretty average cop.
I'm just saying different degrees of possibilities, or it could just be the white knight cop. Pressed shirt, perfect
I'm gonna
lines,
get that guy.
standing on the corner, and every single regulation memorized, and you will obey everyone, or I will write you a citation.
It's the principal from
bingo.
from Breakfast Club.
Exactly. The gym coach.
Was he the gym
He was
coach?
the gym coach.
I don't know. I only
That's
watched
your
that movie
rate attention
once
for the
recently.
Breakfast Club. Yeah. But he could have been a white knight cop, and it just never lets anything go ever because he's 27. 21, and just got out of the academy.
That's inventing some stuff, but it is a possibility.
There's a lot of different degrees.
The
of
story doesn't
possibilities that
have
could
a
happen.
ton of details.
That's what I'm saying here.
It really just gets to the point that this guy was arrested
For doing what he's allowed to do.
for doing a gesture, a rude gesture, but not an illegal gesture.
That's not what he was arrested for.
No, he was
He
arrested for
not operating a skateboard safely in a public area.
which is that's just stupid. If you're on a skateboard, that shit is not that safe.
And this
There's
kid
no
threw up-
safe way to operate one. There's just a safer way.
This kid's headed down the road on a skateboard, sees the pigs, throws them the birds,
Yeah.
goes back to his skateboarding. This guy is good enough at skateboarding to probably jump over your head, sir.
Now, if he had skateboarded through a crowded intersection, done a handstand, and flipped him off with his toes,
and two cars had to stop short and I did not hit
like,
them.
yeah, all right, then you guys got a point here. But like, skateboarding is a matter of feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it, but I
It's
know
foot
that
power.
much. Yeah, not a whole lot of hands involved there, and
We're both kind of tall and wide,
yeah,
not top heavy.
I've never been good at skate. I tried it, man. I just wasn't good at it.
I tried for 4 seconds. and I
Falling
was like,
down on
"I'm not
pavement
good,
sucks,
good,"
man.
yeah.
It's just no good.
You gotta do a lot of that before you get good at it, and I didn't have the heart for it.
Speaking of falling
Maybe
down,
that's why I've never succeeded in my life.
a couple of other major falling down events have happened.
All right, I wanted to get all deep, and you wanted to move on, so fuck you. We'll get.
I'm sorry, I thought we were already deep.
I was getting deep. I
Oh,
was gonna expose my feelings like a precious soft flower. But fuck you. Now we'll move on to the
I don't
news.
believe that was true.
Probably not. Move on to the news.
A drone crashed into Lake Ontario.
A drone.
Yeah.
Like an aircraft, like a military drone.
Yeah, like a
Or
U.S.
some
military
asshole
drone.
bought a drone and just wasted $1,800.
Mm-mm.
Because that would be funny too.
Some asshole government
Oh, so they wasted
Buys
$6 million.
buys a bunch of drones, and this one crashed into Lake Ontario.
So this one probably cost $6 million, and you and I paid for it. Oh, that's great. Oh, and we're just gonna leave it in the middle of the body of water, I'm sure, and let it leak oil
Well,
and whatever the fuck else is in it, fuel, or coolant,
aliens.
whatever, into the friggin' lake that's already so pure and pristine,
Well, I mean,
or
the damage was
drinkable
done
fresh
there, and
water.
We
Remember,
did make the point that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had one point to make. Go
ahead.
I didn't mean to give you like a look of
No.
exasperation.
Go ahead.
I didn't. Remember, when the lights go out, that's our drinking water.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we did make a point when we talked about the Fukushima nuclear power plant that like all that radiated water was very little water compared to the volume of water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which doesn't make it okay, but it does kind of help you sleep at night. So a drone only carries not a ton of oil, and Lake Ontario is I think the 4th largest lake on the planet.
Second largest lake on the planet. I think only Superior's bigger than her.
I don't know. It's in the top 5 for
One
sure.
of the rec heads should definitely look that up. Well, yeah, it's definitely in the top 5.
Top 20 all day.
No, top 5. There's how many Great Lakes?
There is a larger lake. Oh God,
Are you
it's
sure it's
somewhere.
not a sea?
Pretty sure it's a lake. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure enough to stand by it. So,
Because I believe that the Great Lakes could be classified as seas. They just weren't.
well, our Great Lake currently is home to a $60 million drone, or however much one of those costs.
Well, I'm sure one of the rec heads could correct us. So one of the rec heads, get on the Facebook, get on the Twitter, and tell us why we're stupid.
I have a better idea.
What?
Wreckheads, build a submarine, retrieve the drone.
Oh, we'll give you $20.
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck that audio. You
Yeah.
build a submarine,
Get us
and you get a drone.
that
We'll
drone,
get you that $20.
and we will give you $20 cash like
Cash-like.
money. Promise. So, all right. I thought that was a dumb story, but look where it went.
Sorry, I thought that was funny.
I didn't like that story, but I'm glad we did it.
Some more government waste.
I'll tell you where I would put $40.
Where would you put $40 besides in a stripper's ass crack?
Oh, God. I would never waste that kind of money that way. Are you kidding me? That's what singles are for.
I was there for your bachelor party.
It was my bachelor party. I wasn't paying for that shit. That's different.
I'm drunk and they keep handing me money.
The way a
lady,
dude goes
you
to a strip club and his bachelor party is way different than the way a dude normally goes to it.
So, $40. Where would you put $40 besides in the jock of your strap?
To the wreckhead who built a submarine,
Oh, we're upping the ante.
went to the Pacific Ocean,
The Pacific. Oh, they're getting us U.S. government property too.
and retrieved the 7 what was it? 7 tons? Was it 7?
7 tons. Oh wait, no, was it Russian?
No, I think it was NASA. Was it
Was it
NASA?
NASA?
I don't know.
Or whatever.
Maybe it was private.
7-ton. But this one came from outer space.
A satellite crashed into the ocean. This happens all the time, but this one was particularly large. It may have only been 1 ton, actually.
It was 17 trillion tons.
Sure. Mars crashed into the Pacific Ocean. We're all gonna die.
If you're hearing this, you are finding our tapes
Yeah.
after thousands of years of.
Good luck speaking English, assholes.
It's a fucked up, complicated, stupid language. Have fun.
So anyway, a satellite crashed into the Pacific Ocean.
All right.
They didn't know exactly where it was going to crash because apparently when large bodies re-enter in a non-controlled way, they bounce across the atmosphere.
Yeah, because there's no way to force them through.
Like a skipped stone, and then they eventually just kind of tumble through. They lose momentum enough that they sink in.
I learned this in a controlled situation where you can control it. What they would do is they would then spin the satellite as it entered in, and it would spin like a bullet through the atmosphere.
Centrifugal force strikes again.
It's one of the ways that they land large space shuttles, spacecraft, that have lost engine control. They just, automatic guidance. They just go into ballistic mode, and they literally spin it like a bullet.
Neat.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
That's got to be a heart attack in a fucking tin can.
Fun fact.
God.
Yeah. But
Could you imagine being in the pilot seat
at 8 Gs?
Yeah.
9 Gs.
Astronauts do a crazy, crazy job.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And before they're astronauts, they're test pilots, which is an even crazier job.
Yeah. Hey,
we don't know how this works.
we need you to try to fly this.
We don't know how it works or if it's any good, but it is the fastest one we've ever made.
Computer models say it flies. Get out there and find out.
You're the first one to find out, pal. Wow, I bet you they have a huge death benefit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Except for them. Because they're just as dead as somebody without a death benefit.
Do you think they recover the satellite from, like I just said about the drone from the middle of the lake, which would be even way more expensive to recover a giant satellite out of a giant ocean, and it's by the time they get there, it's already sank to the floor?
I think that someday we will look at recycling that way, and we'll be so good at it.
We'll have to go just get that shit and get it.
We'll be so good at it that the cost won't be prohibitive to retrieve the metal.
All that
the
shit
materials
that we've left down there.
Right. I do think that, like, you know, you can't keep sending up shit to space and not realize that, hey, if it gets out there, it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
we need that.
Yeah. And this is the first time in human history that's ever, like, been something that we should be concerned about. But maybe we should just be a little concerned about that.
Mindful.
Because, like, yeah,
before
mindful.
we keep spending all our trash.
Because it used to be you just throw it away, and if you needed it again in 1,000 years, well, there it was. If we throw it away into space, it's gone.
Yeah, if we throw trash into space, right, what's the majority of trash? Shit that doesn't biodegrade.
Yeah.
What's the majority of the shit in our lives that doesn't biodegrade? Plastic. Which was?
Fossil fuel.
Fucking oil.
Yeah.
Dude, you're sending the oil into outer space.
Yeah. I'm good with that. I don't think we need oil. I think we could do it with corn oil or something.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. But we do need oil as of right now. We do need oil for plastics, even if we could, for the moment, figure out how to not burn it.
No, I'm telling you, man.
For the moment, we need oil.
Robot bees that make plastic instead of honey.
I want to see the structural concept. Like, it's a great idea, but how do you technologically make that happen?
I don't know. I give it to other people as an idea, and hopefully they buzz about it because it's bees.
I caught
and
it.
maybe some mad scientist who's working at MIT working on those robot bees.
Couldn't
it's like,
pick
hey,
RIT?
man, that's a good idea. No, MIT is making robot bees.
I know, but you couldn't pick RIT to build the software to make plastics.
I think you need hardware to make plastic.
You just need the bee to know what to do, so it takes some software.
Well, first you got to figure out how to make the hardware fly. Software doesn't weigh anything.
I was just trying to go for the local angle.
Okay.
Go local. Yeah, hashtag listen local.
Oh, hey, listen to that. That was a Twitter thing that I don't understand how to use. New York to effectively ban McDonald's.
What is it? You said this like 5 times.
Yeah.
First off, it's got to be New York City and Mayor Bloomberg / Mayor.
Of course.
Okay, Bloomberg is still the mayor, and what's the name of the elected mayor? Crap.
I don't know. I don't live there.
Oh,
I didn't pay it.
Palladino? I can't remember. I know he's got half black kids. That's all I remember.
I don't know.
He totally used them in his
all.
ad campaign to get sway.
Whatever works.
Yeah, that's...
Hey, man, if you got an advantage, you use that advantage. If you don't use your advantages, you lose.
With his little dark-colored white kids with afros.
Whatever. I will read this article as well. This is from the Tribune Herald.
Hopefully this one's got better comments than Brian Robbins and whatever the fuck the guy's name was.
If you're looking to score a big... I don't remember. If you're looking to score a Big Mac in New York, you might be out of luck. New regulations proposed in New York would effectively ban McDonald's from the city. You may remember not long ago there was an attempt to ban certain sizes of soda, but ultimately the ban was ruled unconstitutional.
Big O.
Now there's a new approach to safety measures in the Big Apple. Citing the argument that the food from McDonald's is just as dangerous, if not worse for your health than many illegal drugs,
Probably.
officials are moving to place many of the items on the fast food restaurant's menu on the prohibited substances list.
It's a loophole. It's a loophole. It's a loophole. If they manage to get it on the list because it's bad for you, they could ban McDonald's.
Can we
Constitutionally.
just step back and realize
A fucking loophole.
once you make something prohibited, it's prohibited. But when it's not prohibited, you don't have to use it. You don't have to eat McDonald's. You don't have to.
And this is what's going to happen is I'm going to go out and make some pink slime ammonia burgers because they're fucking delicious.
Hell yeah.
And,
Some mealworm.
and guess what I'm not going to do? Pay any fucking taxes on it!
There was a time where you could make an argument that McDonald's was crushing local economies. That time is gone.
Now they're sustaining local economies.
McDonald's brings affordable protein-filled meals to people who otherwise couldn't buy the protein they need to get through the day. $1 for a double cheeseburger is a damn affordable source of protein. Also, a damn terrible source of protein
Oh, it's horrible, dude.
because of all the other shit in it. But it's edible and it will sustain you.
I'm not going to argue with you that the food's like... I'm almost tempted to say the food is poison. And I eat it because I'm addicted to it because we're all addicted to it. But do you know McDonald's is one of the leading employers in this country?
Do know that. I definitely do.
I mean, you could say they crush local economies, but they sustain local economies because there's a lot of CEOs whose companies went out of business who are flipping burgers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lawyers slinging fries, man.
There's a lot of factory workers
A lot of factories
that don't work at factories anymore because there's no factories.
This is my argument.
There's way more factory workers than there are CEOs.
I just use it to explain.
I know, but I'm saying, like, draw the line down to the basement, and you realize there's a lot more people in the basement.
Yeah.
And McDonald's is giving those people jobs. Is it a great job? No.
No. But it's work.
It's work.
It pays.
Mm-hmm.
Pays fairly, too.
It pays
Doesn't
all right.
pay minimum wage. Pays better than minimum wage. That's a decent fare. For what it is, dude, I mean, it's not fair for the guy who's got 2 kids who's used to making $27
Its
an hour.
pay scheme is antiquated,
But
it's hard to decide how it should be.
what the job is for $8.50 an hour.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's not that taxing. I'm not trying to dog people that work at...
No, because I've
Fast
been at
food
McDonald's
places.
at lunchtime, and that shit looks a little stressful. And I've worked in fast food.
But
You
it's
know?
not... I mean, it can only be worth so much. Every job can only be worth X amount.
Right. I think the X amount on McDonald's might be a little low. But that's
X amount on everything's a little
an
low right now.
entirely different conversation, because if these people had their way, this wouldn't be a conversation at all. There'd be no McDonald's.
If you knew what my yearly take home was, you could say that about my position.
If there were no McDonald's, where would all the McDonald's employees work?
That's my whole point. How many McDonald's do you think there are in New York City?
Oh, God, I don't know.
And
Go
does
to
this
the
count all
fucking-
5
Go to the
boroughs?
McDonald's website to find out.
Is this all 5 boroughs? Like, is this all New York County kind of thing? I don't know how this works.
It's not a very good story.
But, I mean, how many people do you think would be out of a job?
I think that on average, a McDonald's probably has between 35 and 75 employees.
Okay, so let's figure this is New York City.
Because McDonald's definitely overemploys.
Let's figure this is New York City. Biggest city in the world.
Yeah. They probably got,
I mean, there's probably 50 to 100 McDonald's in the 5 boroughs.
I think 100 might be a lot, but I think 50 might be in the ballpark.
I mean,
That's a lot of employees.
There's a lot of employees
There's a lot
that
of
are
employees.
paying taxes, you morons.
You think the grocery stores that have to pick up the business are going to hire all those people? Nope.
I want to do another tax thing in my head real quick. Isn't there tax on prepared food?
Yeah.
In this state, don't you pay a sales tax?
Yeah.
And in New York County, I believe you pay a separate county sales tax.
Yeah, I think
too.
you're right.
I don't know that for a fact, but I think so. When I buy McDonald's, I pay sales tax.
I think the tax benefit is low on this one.
But what do you think the amount of sales tax is on your 8%, your 8.25% state? Just because that's the number we know. On the billions of dollars a year McDonald's moves.
Oh, the corporate tax? I have no idea.
But let's just
probably a ton of money.
I'm not even saying just say this. Okay, let's say in New York State, just fucking numbers. New York State, McDonald's moved $12 million worth of product. All of us paid our 8.25% on that $1 million.
Yeah.
Or that $12 million. That's all fucking tax money.
Yeah, but I think that it would be arbitrary to not point out that you would spend that money on food anyway.
But I guess it
Probably
is
Hot Pockets is behind this.
And I think we might be jerking off the devil here, because as you said that, I thought, well, yeah, I'd be buying non-taxed food, which would be fresh fruit and vegetables
Which
and meat.
nobody's going to go from McDonald's to fresh fruit and vegetables.
But that's non-taxed food. I mean,
Right.
So what's next? The pizza place? Is the taco place next? So what kind of restaurants do qualify?
That's the thing.
Mexican's food is like fucking bad for you, I heard.
This whole situation is retarded. This idea of
Oh, Italian food. Italian food is high in gluten, carbs.
Yeah.
Italian food's gone now? I love fucking Italian food.
Fair enough.
Now I can't get a cheeseburger or a pizza.
Yeah.
Fucking riots in the streets, pal. I mean, I'm a fat man with an agenda right there. I tell you what.
It's just stupid. I mean, and these
You're
people,
stupid. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
These
What?
people have been around forever. You know,
Was it Mayor Bloomberg?
for as long as no,
Does it tell you?
no, it doesn't. This article is written by George R.M. Spooner.
George R.M. Spooner doesn't have any facts in his story.
He refers to officials, but doesn't really say who the officials are.
Thanks for the detail.
Yeah, he does quote city officials.
All right. I quoted a guy without giving him. How do you quote a guy without saying the quote?
City officials largely refused comment, I guess that's not exactly a quote, when asked about the effectiveness of such a ban, stating only that if you peddle dangerous substances in this city, you will be prosecuted. The freedom of people to be healthy trumps your right to sell a product. If you don't have the choice to be unhealthy, you are not exercising your freedom to be healthy.
But it doesn't trump my right to choose what the fuck I do with my body.
Yes, it certainly is absurd.
I wish we had a visual of it. I'm literally shaking.
Doesn't this story was brought to you by my wife, and I thank her very much for this one.
That last quote literally friggin' made me shake in anger. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know. And god damn it, get off. There are better things to be pissed off about.
Yes, there are.
For example,
The things we called your mother.
how much we pay McDonald's employees.
What I did to your mother last night. Not yours.
I know.
We're not talking about yours.
There are such better things to be spending our time on. And I know that being healthy is important, but being free is important too. And if you don't get to choose whether you're going to be healthy or unhealthy, then how free are you?
What are your choices if I can't choose what I do with my own body?
Junk food is affordable, and it sustains a large population.
Literally large.
Does it? Yeah. It was a double entendre.
Ooh.
Does it do it well? Not particularly, but does it do it so badly? No, because nobody's dying of fucking starvation. You know what sucks? Dying of starvation, I bet, sucks way worse than dying of obesity.
Guarantee you it
Because
does.
obesity, you just, generally, I think you just, like, wake up dead. Perhaps some obese people suffer longly in the hospital, but I'm thinking that once you start suffering as an obese person, you might kick off.
I don't think you wake up dead. I think most people associate obesity with massive heart attacks.
That's pretty quick,
which are
too.
incredibly painful.
But it's still pretty quick.
Well, it can be. Sometimes they can last hours before it kicks you.
Starvation takes a long, long time.
30
and days.
30 days before it starts, then you've got about 3 to 7 before it's a wrap.
Yeah. And I'm not saying McDonald's is saving the population from starvation. But they certainly are doing something.
And that's with 0 calorie input, by the way. 30 days to 7, 7 is 0 calorie input.
I mean, you would starve along for quite a while before you would starve to death.
Oh, yeah, because you'd keep yourself alive with some calorie input. You'd find water to drink that had some calorie input in it because the thing you chewed on to get the water.
I mean, you would buy groceries with the money you were spending at McDonald's, so I mean...
I was talking total starvation.
It's not like the apocalypse.
I'm talking total starvation.
Oh, you're saying it is the apocalypse. McDonald's goes under and that's it.
No, not the apocalypse so much as like if you just crossed the ocean and went to Africa. These people are starving to death, and it takes 10 years because they eat 3 slugs a day, and it's just enough.
There's a country that could use
a
little more McDonald's.
That is a continent.
Yeah.
They could use more McDonald's.
You're right. That's a depressing place. I don't want to talk about Africa. There's no happy stories coming out of Africa.
Yeah, there's no zingers. I'm not going to have any jokes. I can't even be rude about it.
Blood diamonds are not funny.
I can't come up with an Ubuntu joke to save my life.
Mineral mining is terrible, apparently.
I think I just did.
Man, it's just so... Africa. Sorry, man.
Everything that's inside your cell phone comes from Africa.
Yeah, I learned that recently.
And it's horrible.
Yeah, it's like horrible slave labor to get those minerals.
We suck.
Listen, dude. Whatever.
As human beings, we're an incredible place of growth. As human beings, we give ourselves way too much credit for the growth we've already achieved. Fucking barbarism had 90% of this planet. 70% of this planet.
That's more fair.
70% of this planet is barbarism.
I would have militantly argued 90, but 70, I'll let that go.
I had to adjust. This country's a big place. Europe's a pretty big place.
Yeah.
Barbarism, dude. I mean, even if you go to Mexico, they're cutting people's heads off over drug cartel territory wars. Over the drugs that are illegal to put in your body because Americans buy all the Mexican drugs.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ranty. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, I know. It's a terrible situation.
But New York City's concerned about your health care. Your well-being.
They're not even concerned about your health care. If they were concerned about your health care, they
would
be giving you health care.
They'd write a health care act.
No, they're trying to limit your access to food.
Freedom. They're trying to limit your rights as an American citizen.
Hey, man, I'm not poverty level, but I'll tell you where I can get a $3 lunch that is satisfying source of protein, and that's 3 goddamn McChickens will do a lunch on a particularly hungry day, 2 on a more average day, but $3 buys you lunch.
$3.24 maybe.
Yeah.
Because you know why?
Tax.
I paid sales tax on it. I'm sorry, back to that.
Yes, beat that horse.
Naughty horse.
Yes, we're in New York, Corey. We know. We all pay a ton of taxes.
Well, it
sales tax, too.
It helps my argument.
I know. It does. So that's the McDonald's thing, I think.
I had a thought, but it died of loneliness, so let's move on.
Okay. The last story I had is a real downer. I don't even really want to do it. It's not even much of a downer.
You know what? I listen to Shoot to Thrill, and the guys always yell at Vinny for this organization of news stories. Let's not do the downer news story at the bottom of the news segment. Let's do that somewhere in the middle and do something a little more upbeat and fun near the end.
Well, you edit it, so you go right ahead and do that. Hey, folks, welcome to Headline News. Tonight, a real downer, followed by 4 good stories.
All right, so what's the downer? Let's get through this so I can go cry in the corner.
All right. So in Louisiana,
Nolans, Louisiana.
I don't want to read this article
So
because
don't
it's too
paraphrase.
long. I don't even want to paraphrase. I didn't read it properly.
Give me a gist.
All right. So
Read the headline.
basically,
We'll make it up.
a woman was kidnapped by the father of her child.
Okay.
Um,
Seems pretty domestic.
he was abusive and crazy and all kinds of fun stuff.
All right. Well, crazy.
Drug doing, generally a bad fella.
I think a good idea for me to do today. It's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
I think a good idea for me to do today is I think I'm gonna go smash that bitch that had my baby in her head and throw her in the trunk of my car.
What was
Yeah,
your
this guy's
baby?
perfectly sane.
What was your baby doing in her head?
Huh? What?
Her baby was in her head.
Is that how I said that?
It
I don't
is,
think I said
yes.
that. I said I think I'm gonna smash that bitch that had my baby
In her
in
head.
her head. Oh, that is how there's a comma in there that you didn't see.
It was poor sentence structure
Yeah.
all around.
Fucking stop
I'm gonna-
picking on it.
I'm going to
Fucking
give
move
you a C- on that.
on. Everybody else got it. Move on.
That's the kind of bad guy you could see like a B-level superhero beating up.
Robin, warm up. Get
yeah.
that guy. Did I just call Robin a B-level superhero?
Robin
Do you think
is
that's
a
accurate?
B-level. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What
Even
about-
as Nightwing?
What about Nightwing?
Yeah, still
B-level?
Yeah,
Maybe B plus.
he's an offshoot, man.
All right, fair enough. Just sidekick. Always was. Always will be.
Poor Robin. Poor Dick Grayson.
Poor dick.
So, this dude kidnapped his baby's mama,
Bitch, get in the trunk.
and the police searched and didn't find anything, and her family went and searched with them shotguns, and they found this guy in the woods.
All right, the police have now found a dead body in the woods,
In the
2
cabin.
miles west of East Omaha Road.
And as soon as the family found the cabin and like opened the door and come in, he started stabbing the woman, and they started shooting him, and he is now a pile of hamburger, and she is recovering.
All right, this isn't that gloomy of story. I mean, I'm sorry for her woes. But,
To read the story,
in the end, works out.
I found this story. My wife found this story at abcnews.go.com. The headline is "Kidnapped Mother's Family Comes to Her Rescue." If you'd like to read it, there's where you can find it. It was a real downer starter of a story because it was
It
all
kind of
about
comes
like
around, though. A little silver lining.
how bad he was. Well, luckily Louisiana is a state where like stand your ground is a thing, so like you have the right to defend yours, and
Go on.
what they did was completely inside the law. Wouldn't that be nice to live in a place like that?
Louisiana is one of the few places that works under a different law structure than the rest of the country. Louisiana's law, state law, is based around French law, whereas most of the rest of the country, state law, is based around English law.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funky little loopholes in this, killing people thing here in Louisiana.
This is a law I like. I like stand your ground.
I think there's loopholes in it, but I think I'm the majority for
I
it.
would rather have it than what we have in New York.
Yes.
Where you are
You're
required
fucked.
to egress or prove that you couldn't egress. There was no escaping the situation you were in. Shooting was the only way.
You're pretty much fucked. Is
Yeah.
what New York means.
And I'm not
really trying
about
to take your
that.
guns.
You break into my house, you better be prepared to be getting shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're not-
Absolutely. It should be a
you don't fuck
consideration.
around with that.
It could be. I always like the rock salt load. You get a shotgun, 12 gauge. You fill the shells with rock salt. It's enough to incapacitate anybody you blast them at short range with a rock salt. Guess what it's not allowed to do? Guess what it's not
I
going to
like
do?
buckshot better.
Guess what it's not going to do? Kill him.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to disable him, and he's going to wish he was dead with all that salt in his wounds.
I like buckshot better myself.
It's not gonna kill him.
Maybe that's the redneck in me.
Well,
Mate, I guess.
Here's why I don't like killing him. One, you hit him close range with some buckshot, it's a wrap. He's going down. It's night-night. You're going to split him in half.
Thanks for stopping in.
He suffered nothing. He suffered nothing for
I don't
his
require
sins.
him to suffer.
Two, it made a horrible mess.
And if you're going to talk about them being sins, that's an entirely different conversation.
I just used the word in general reference. Two, it's going to make a horrible mess.
It is going to make a mess.
Somebody's going to clean that shit up. And guess what?
Wouldn't be the first dead guy I cleaned up.
You know.
That sounds much more ominous than it actually is, but it is true.
Someday you'll have to tell that story.
I've told it enough.
Not on our podcast.
No. It's not a good story.
Bullshit, it's not. We'll get it. We'll find a segue for it someday. Now that I know what it is. And 3, now they can go to jail for what they did.
And be a burden on the taxpayer.
Maybe they can be reformed.
Who cares?
All right, maybe I'm stretching it myself a little bit, but the argument could be there somewhere. I'm sure.
He started stabbing her.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
he's right where he belongs.
Oh, I mean, people breaking into your house. This guy deserves to be. I mean, this guy right where he belongs.
This guy is right. He got what he had coming, just like that fucking molester in Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we got confused. I meant like the guy breaking into your house to steal your VCR.
Oh, I see. I don't have a VCR.
Maybe he
it's
doesn't.
The 21st century.
Maybe he doesn't need to get cut in half. This guy, however, deserves to get cut in half with as many rounds as you can throw at him.
Okay.
I have nothing left of this guy. I want nothing but pulp.
Yeah, I bet there's not.
I want nothing but pulp. I want him to be put to his final rest.
Although he was pretty close to her, so you have to imagine that they took these people are a reasonable shot because
probably
they didn't
took one
shoot
to knock
her.
him down.
Double tap.
Yeah, don't be stingy on bullets, pal.
All right. So that's been headline news for the evening.
Well, you got nothing more?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, this was a fun headline news.
And it has been. And now it is time to move on to our next event, break music.
Break music. Thank you for joining us on AirWreckRadio. Please tell your friends to check us out.
Where can they check us out, Corey?
On iTunes, Stitcher, and of course, AirWreckRadio.com. And featuring our dear friends, ROCPodcast.com.
Yes.
Because we are now, Eric Radio is officially an ROCPodcast.com podcast.
Yep. And I'm down with working to be a prize horse of that little
Fuck
arrangement.
yes, we need to figure that out so that they need us. They love us, they want us, they embrace us, they fondle us in the no-no place.
Yeah, we need to buy more likes.
Buying likes, it makes us awesome.
No, we need to buy more listeners.
How do we do that?
They build subs.
I don't have any money. I will give you sexual favors, and you will give you $40 for a submarine.
No, I don't even want. You can keep the submarine.
Oh, you know.
I just want the satellite.
Okay, and then another $20 for the drone.
There's probably at least one solid gold iPhone inside of that satellite.
I didn't see it coming at all. You're a piece of shit. All right, this is AirWreck Radio. Goodbye.
Click. Close. You got to click. Close. Just got hard pressed underneath my desk. No jest, it's time for the lot. Confessed at the best of times, got the worst of rhymes, and I don't think I'm the first to find my life devoted less to lyrics than it is to my struggle for Pyrrhic victory in the race to be the interweb's #1 devotee. Yup, smutty little things that recur on screen, risque to hate when triple X obscene. MILFs who shave themselves so cleanly, twins in positions unseemly. My spleen ain't the part that gets vented. I grabbed a hold and fat like I'm in it, distended. Probably ought to leave it alone. Spend more time stroking on my microphone. Got a boatload of midgets and they're in command of a full-grown woman on her knees and hands. Got a long, hard donkey and a farm girl too, and the brain so dismaying when it starts to spoo. You gotta click, close, put it away, cause the internet is FILTHY. Lurking in past chance on the IRC, got DCC'd unexpectedly with an 80-minute X-vid, nuns and heat. Part 3, bad habits, I'm so elite that I had that one already. Skipped to the park with the fishnet teddy. I whipped it out, but to my chagrin, one toss from away when the boss walked in. Said, nuh-uh, front that terminal ain't for a latex crucifix spanking a tank in big 32-bit color. While them rosary beads gets yanked out the cruller. I said, you can't find me, I quit. Opened up the case, yanked out the hard disk, absconded, all with the data in hand. 31 years of hustler scans, plans for how to construct a love swing. All die binaries, die everything. Archives since spring of 92. Receipt for my real doll stripper shoes. Tools for an all-non polar ram. Boat once tough girl or goats and man. Go lands galore, explore for hours. Diaper playing, Goldman showers. Glory hole video deep as it gets. And pegs of an error that she ought regret. Capped on the cam from a hijack. Feed half a terabyte. So what you need? Got pennies in the front, pennies in the back. Red on brown, on blonde, on black. Ganged up, tied up, all alone. Every delectation to which I'm prone. Got the Japanese schoolgirl tentacle love. Got the furries in a flurry, they've been yipping it up. Got a Craigslist poster trading poo for pee. Got a deep dark dungeon full of hot buy sweets. Gotta click, close, put it away. Cause the internet is F-I-L-T-H-Y. Click, close, put it away. Cause the internet is F-I-L-T-H-Y. Click, close. You got to click, close. Backslash on my keyboard stuck. Mouse wheel don't turn cause it's all gummed up.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan Schofield, host of The Sco Zone. If you like sports and you hate politically correct sports radio shows, you might want to check out The Sco Zone, available on rocpodcast.com. It's sports from the degenerate's perspective. We bet you'll love it. No, seriously, I'll bet you.
Please don't hold your breath, it's not worth holding on to. In this cold you'll catch your death. Your lips turn a paler blue, and all the stars you curse in the name of sorrow. Never forfeit any luck, because they'll die tomorrow. This is a war I lost before it ever started. The side effect is the casualty of my faith departed, and both your piercing eyes could break any mirror. So take a piece, take out my heart, so you can see it clearer. Your severed wings won't let you soar the skies. You fall down where we drown in the snow, and your weightless cries will put us all to sleep. Our lullaby by my beautiful, nothing's as it seems. Please don't hold your breath tonight. It's stale and bitter. It's lacking charm and lacking luster, like some blackened winter. And while your feathers burn on cold Place your ashes in this urn while your deception lingers on.
Thank you for hanging out and staying through our wonderful musical intermissions here on AirWreck Radio. I'm working on doing my best.
William Shatner.
Yes, sir. Good job.
And I'm Stacy.
I really got. This is the third break. This is usually where we do we would have a segment of some sort
Maybe we would talk about Disney characters from TV shows we watched as children.
If you want to do that, then you have to check out the B-Reel. The what now?
The B-Reel?
The special black box recordings? The
Yo,
what now?
B-Reel the rapper?
Yes, Be Real, nigga. Be Real rapper, nigga. Shit. What? Shit.
Oh, his name is B-Real.
Shit, Be Real, nigga.
What's my name? My name is B-Real.
Be Real, Be Real.
I picture that B-Real would sound a lot like OG Loke.
Yo.
No, OG Loke from San Andreas, the original San Andreas. He was like a bitch. He was an absolute bitch. And he thought he was a rapper, but his raps were whack, dude. They were so whack that it doesn't sound uncool when I call them whack.
I'm pretty sure when you say the word whack, it comes out uncool.
No.
No?
It's completely appropriate.
I'm going to trust you on this one.
Play San Andreas. Jesus.
I did. Fucking 6 years ago.
Man. Get it on the market.
Play Maybe 10 years ago?
It's a good play. No, not 10 years ago. Vice City was 10 years ago.
Long time
Welcome
ago.
to the Grand Theft Auto podcast.
Oh, God.
No, we're done with that.
Grand Theft Auto break?
No, we already did. I was trying to point out that we didn't need to do it again.
Oh, I don't want to do the Grand Theft Auto podcast.
Let's do something else.
All right, you got a game to play.
I do have a game to play, but you know what?
Stacey has a bit for third break.
Before we get down to the brass tacks.
Ooh, I don't like brass tacks.
I don't really understand.
They're kind of soft. I like me a nice galvanized steel tack.
Hold on there. Hang out. You'll make me lose my train of thought. We wouldn't want to have that happen.
All right, I'm just sitting here staring at you intently then.
I'm relocating my train of thought.
Derail. It fell off, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fell right off the tracks.
Yep.
Shit. Before we get down to brass tacks and things.
News about AirWreck Radio. Folks, we recently tried to change to a Tuesday night recording time, which resulted in a massive disaster.
I hate my life.
For Corey's timeline, and the show has been available on Thursdays or Wednesdays or Fridays or not at all. That didn't happen yet, but
and I hate this show.
Yeah. So we're going back to our original night and time where you will be able to find us live every Monday
8:30
at 8:30 at AirWreckRadio.com.
That feels good. Praise Jeebus.
You will find us live Mondays, 8:30, AirWreckRadio.com. When you hear the live show, you will hear both the show and the Be Real.
QNBC ding ding ding. No?
When you want to find us as a podcast, not live, when you want to find our show recorded release, the AirWreck Radio show that you know and love will be available Wednesdays at midnight. Well, I guess Tuesdays at midnight. And the Be Real, I think we're going to be releasing on Fridays.
That is three times we've mentioned in 4 minutes about this Be Real.
This mysterious
but
Be Real.
We didn't actually explain what the frick it is.
Well, see, sometimes when we make this podcast, Corey, I've joked about it before. It takes 6 hours to make a 2-hour podcast.
We're getting better.
We are getting better.
It's down to like 3 hours.
Yes, and that's like right where it needs to be. But what happens in that hour of between time is usually, well, it's not usually gold, but usually there's gold in that. So we've decided to start recording it and giving it to you.
As best as we can.
Yeah, now and then on Fridays.
Yeah, I guarantee nothing. There will be no fancy editing or production.
No.
I will do my best to remove large silences.
Yeah,
of us peeing and not being in the room.
We're not giving you another AirWreck Radio show. We're giving you the very raw audio.
I think it's going to be kind of fun. I'm kind of excited about doing it.
That goes on when we're on break. Because when we go on break, we're gone longer than you think we are.
Oh, sometimes it takes us an hour.
Yeah.
To eat and take a pee and drink 14 beers.
Yeah. I mean, this is a union job, man.
Huh?
This is a union job, for sure.
Oh, we have scheduled breaks.
Jesus. I mean,
we just save you the theatrics.
We work 4 hours on this show and get an hour lunch. It's ridiculous.
We're not getting paid.
If this paid anything, it'd be a great job.
Oh my God, would it be a great job?
But hey, man, since it doesn't pay, what do you say we dick off for a little while?
Thank you for listening for free. Yeah, let's play a game.
Here's a
game. Are you going to play solitaire, rummy, gin?
My good friend Betsy brought to the house. It's called Dirty
Betsy,
Minds.
I love Betsy.
Yes. It's called Dirty Minds.
You have a dirty mind.
Tagged the world's cleanest dirty game.
You're the cleanest dirty game ever.
It's like...
Bitch.
It's a fun little game.
Okay.
Let's play it.
I'm in. This is going to be fun with just two dudes sitting in a room by themselves.
Whatever.
Half drunk.
First card. This is a card game.
With a card in the game. Okay.
Where I read 4 or 5 descriptors, and you have to figure out what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Bet you can do it.
I can use your palm to get the job done.
Oh, so can I.
I need to examine my ball before I can have intercourse with you. This one sucks. Damn it.
Sucks. This one sucks too. Sucks. This all sucks.
Sniffing me can turn you on.
Oh. Alright, come here.
You have to wait for my stick to get hot. If you lick me, I might get stuck on you. I'm the white gooey stuff that comes out of your tip.
I got it.
Of course you do. If you wait too long, I can be hard to get off.
Move on.
What is it?
Hot glue.
No, it's just glue.
Oh, don't. It said my stick's got to get hot. Hot glue. A white goopy shit that comes out of the end.
You scream at the sight of my big black column.
It's huge.
If you're lucky, I'll just tear your clothes off.
All right.
I can come on you without much warning.
Big black column, tears clothes off, comes on without warning.
When I blow you, it's easy to get carried away. If you try to take a picture of me when I'm coming, you're nuts. What am I?
This is a good one.
This is a good one. I like this one.
The 300-pound fat girl next to her prom date.
A tornado.
Yes. I get it. I see what you did there.
Sucks.
This is great radio, I'm telling you.
I'm 6 inches long. Lincoln sits on my face. If you blow your wad, I'm gone.
Oh, God, this one's fucking gay.
That's hateful. That's hate speech, sir.
Fuck you. You know what's hate speech? You're a fucking asswipe.
I can give you 5 big ones before I'm spent.
Really? 5?
Yeah.
5 big ones?
I'm small
5,
and
really?
wrinkled while I'm still in your pants.
5 big ones, huh? Wrinkle 5s, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $5 bill.
I'm 8 inches long and made of latex. You can wear me for protection. You have to be careful not to stick your finger in the wrong hole.
Got it. This is easy.
Yeah, that one's easy. It's a glove.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I thought these were hard.
I don't know. Maybe we're on the wrong deck. I'm a 4-letter word.
There's a half a deck over there.
I found the one.
Oh, yeah. The one I already know?
Yeah.
Damn it!
I'm a 4-letter word. I'm a name for a woman.
I know. I called a judge this like a couple weeks ago.
That was a while ago.
Whatever. A couple months ago.
Yeah. This just in. That case was the case of the judge that said they couldn't name their baby Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's an update for that.
That got overturned.
Baby named Jesus.
Clearly within your constitutional rights to name
Whatever your
baby.
birthday is, happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah.
I hope it's not in December.
I end in UNT. Sometimes your uncle makes me come. Sometimes I come with your cousin.
Wow, this one's a goer. Taboo circa 1984.
I'm a 4-letter word, a name for a woman. I end in UNT.
Taboo porn 1984.
Unt. Like ant.
Fucking unts.
Ant.
You mutter trucking unts.
I have a feeling that when I say that word, I say it very Rochesterian.
Ant.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it's said, like
aunt.
But unt is worse. That's
aunt.
Aunt. My aunt.
Aunt.
That sounds like a fat girl's belly junk.
The pooch.
Her bunt.
The bunty pooch.
Yeah.
The bunty pooch. What is happening to our show?
I don't know.
Do you have any more of these that are any better than this? Because this was much more fun before.
Yeah, nope, that's been the show tonight. Before this gets any worse, I'd like to thank you for listening to AirWreck Radio. I hope you enjoyed our show this week. Please check out all of our friends' shows on rocpodcast.com. Check out our show on airwreckradio.com. Check out the Be Real coming soon to AirWreck Radio or Stitcher or iTunes near you.
I'll figure it out.
Eventually. Also, don't forget to check out our affiliate show, Corey's Baby Brainchild, Sports Wreck.
The bastard child of the organization.
You're going to love it.
It's a fair amount of listeners, though, I really tell you.
Good.
I don't know how much sports we've done recently. We've done a lot of yelling into a microphone.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, sometimes.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. So thank you again for joining us on AirWreck Radio. I think it's time to have some sassafras tea and get on about our week. Good night, everybody.
It's late in the afternoon, the sun rising high. There's nothing to do around here, and if there was, well, I wouldn't try. Taking my comforts, taking good care of me, sitting down in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. Now wouldn't you know it, there goes the phone again. It's probably just another wrong number, but someone tried to sell me something I can't even see. Well, I got the solution, how to deal with this insanity. Just sit down in my easy chair and take a big sip of my sassafras tea.
I like to to extend a very special thanks to Kevin McLeod, Incompex.com, freesounds.org, Audacity Software, GIMP graphic editors, all our band friends, our guests tonight, my dear friend Stacy, and all you, our loyal listeners.
It's getting near evening, the sun going down. I guess I should shake a leg, climb in my car and roll downtown. Check out the city lights, all decked out in a tux and a tie. But I'm sitting in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. Now wouldn't you know it, oh, here come my neighbor Jim. He got the willies and the worries on his mind, and the weight of the world putting pressure on his spine. Well, I got the solution, I know how to set him free. Set him down in my easy chair and give him a sip of my sassafras tea.
ROCpodcasts.com.